For me to be in the Red Cross, there's nowhere else in the world I would want to be except right here, right now in Haiti. We're all going to remember this operation for as long as we live. I want to have good memories. When I leave here, I want to have a memory that I worked and we did the best we could. Many of our systems are set up after 90 days, the emergency phase is over, and recovery starts. But the reality of this is we still have an ongoing emergency. It's just the way it is. These people are going to be in these camps for some time to come. In this operation, in this situation, there's still over 1 million people in camps. We have 1,000 camps in a metropolitan area. So the reality is we're going to have displaced people here for years to come. And these displaced people will need assistance. There's major issues with access to land. The camps themselves, the land where it is privately owned, whether it's a factory or an organization that owns it or it's a government area. Almost everywhere we're delivering aid, the land tenure and the property rights are unclear. There's a couple camps that they are trying to solve. There's a large one called Champ de Mars, in front of the presidential palace, and they don't want to have 10,000 people outside their presidential palace for the next 10 years.
Ils sont tous là pour les réparations. Mais comme vous le savez déjà, le moment n'est pas trop propice pour les gens parce qu'ils n'ont pas les moyens. L'État, ils n'ont jamais rien dit. Seulement, ils veulent nous retirer sur le champ de Mars. Est-ce qu'on va nous donner un endroit où on peut se rétablir? L'endroit qu'on fait ce genre de stratégie d'établir les tentes, ce n'est pas un endroit pour que les gens vivaient. On va faire une visite pour vérifier. Pour moi, c'est un désert. Qui pourrait vivre dans cette lieu-là? Même pas un chien. Il n'y a même pas un petit mini-marché. La seule chose qui en a beaucoup pour moi, c'est le soleil qui brille. C'est un fourneau. Mais nous ne sommes pas des paix, nous sommes des humains. Ce n'est pas une réalisation pour qu'on déplace les gens au champ de Mars. Pas ici, non. Ça jamais. Ça y a pas de sens.
My first experience in Haiti during the emergency phase just gave me a taste that I couldn't forget. And when I went back home, I just really, every day I went to work thinking, what am I doing here? I could be in Haiti really making a difference, and that's why I came back. I have the title of Communications Delegate, which is doing stories for the Federation website. Basically keeping the media informed of what the Red Cross is doing here. Things change every single day. So for me to be able to inform the press of what's going on, I need to get this information from my colleagues.
Strange enough, this is called Woodstock because that's our Woodstock.
Not strange enough. I thought somebody had a good sense of humor.
This is the original stuff, these timber stocks here that we've got here now. This is the original order from the Dominican Republic.
So this has been sitting here since February or March then?
Some of the more weathered stuff has been sitting there. It's slowly being used.
How come it's still there?
Because of the slow thing of kicking off the shelters, getting the shelters built.
We're criticized a lot for slow progress, and I can understand that people are impatient, even more so those who are living in the tents and tarpaulins right now. They're the ones who have a right to be impatient. As much as you work, as fast as you try to go, as many people as you try to involve in the process, things just start taking time. We're heading out to the port this morning. There's a shipment of shelter materials coming in. Enchantée, Jenica. Same here.
He's the one who's going to handle all the cargo that is coming from the state for the shelter, for the transitional shelter we're going to receive.
So once it gets here to the port, how long does it take to actually be cleared in terms of customs and so forth?
Usually between 1 to 3 weeks.
Okay.
And this is a process that usually takes much time.
But is that being negotiated for all the goods that we're bringing in? Because I remember just up to like a month ago, we were still having really long delays with customs bringing out stuff.
This is a recent agreement. The Haitian Red Cross sent the letter to the General Customs at the airport and for the port to have this facilitation. Yes.
Okay. So this is really special to the Red Cross then?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
The lead for the story is that there are many actors in the process, and that's what explains the complexity of it all. Because it's very easy to point fingers at the Red Cross or another agency or the government authorities. That's just too easy.
Good. You're back. I just came to pick up some plates. We finally got the plates. Imagine.
You got plates?
Imagine, just
Can't
now.
believe it. Let's see them. How many did you get?
I got 10 so far. We have 10 more pending.
We're waiting for plates. Whoa.
Finally.
I'm gonna take this, man. This thing is invaluable, priceless.
Because we're looking at the cars every day. We can't touch them.
Early days of the earthquake and the aftermath, as in any disaster, the government relaxes the laws in terms of customs, clearance, and registration of vehicles. But now the government is getting back on its feet. We can say how it slows us down and we should be able to drive around. But when I think about it, by us participating in those institutions, we are strengthening those institutions. Our whole philosophy is to transition as much as we can into the hands of Haitians.
Donc, nous défendons un petit schéma, ok, de ça que nous allons faire. Donc, si vous regardez bien, ok, ouais, ça, c'est piste là, ça, c'est escalier, côté que nous avons et puis il a retourné là. I've been doing this for the past 4 months, like every day I'm doing distributions again and again. At first, I was stressed out to see the huge crowd coming at you, but now, I mean, I think I'm kind of used to it right now. I'm 19, and I'm really proud of doing it. are giving hygiene kits, which is something that we can renew every month because it's soap, shampoos, razors, and pads for women, just to provide a minimum of sanitary care to those people that really are in need. It's over 5,700 families, so it's a huge thing. I don't know what started it, but everybody started rushing at the gate, so we had to close. And the security, they were telling me that they will try to bring the crowd back so that we can be able to start again.
Okay.
Faire comprendre qu'il y a pour tourner des pour y mettre le défi et puis laisser la crowd commencer. Commencez par là.
S'il vous plaît. Retournez en bas depuis prochaine de commencer, s'il vous plaît. Nous pas besoin de camper là. Nous pas besoin de camper là.
Passez derrière pour le périmètre derrière bas jouer avec quoi. Regardez, moi j'ai suffisamment pour tout le monde, mais il faut que nous reculer pour nous commencer la distribution.
Suivez-nous, Peter. Pour maintenant, nous allons les jeunes là, nous pas faire distribution là. Pour mettre suivre-nous pour nous capables tasser pour nous faire.
Dieu comme ça qu'il faut que nous retournions derrière, c'est pas ça que nous va pas ouvrir la caméra.
Faut que nous retournions derrière. Nous pas besoin de camper dans aller ça. Retournez derrière.
At first, we were giving more items. We were giving more supply to the people because we used to give tarpaulins, hygiene kits, kitchen sets, and now we are reducing the amount of supply that is given to them so that they will get to learn to survive by their own. I mean, some people, they actually like the situation in which they are right now because the situation they had before was not better than that because the poverty in Haiti is very high.
Now you're going to see how many changes that we have in the camp. You can see the situation is not same. There were no tents here. The World Vision was coming here. They gave us 100 of the big, great white tents here. One of these big tents are for 2 families. 7 one side and 7 the other side. And there's a surprise here. If you wanna come with me, I will show you someone. You're going to meet someone. Okay? Dis bonsoir tout le monde. This is Juliette Pelletier. You remember her? She was waiting for a baby. She lost everything that she had. Only one thing that she saved is her life. Hey, I feel the baby here. The baby is moving. And here's the baby. You remember, I just helped her, gave her all the assistance, medicines, and now we got the baby. Looking. Save the mother. The landowner is Frère Dufresne, with Frère Genio, Frère Valmir. They are helping him to manage all the place. They ask us to leave because they are going to have a great training camp here for new brothers, new priests, and others too. Everybody have to leave by June 30. This is what they say. We are going to ask the people if they are ready and what kind of opinion people have about the movie.
C'est moins pour être mettre nous en grand champ et pour nous sortir en grand champ tout. Est-ce que vous bien comprendre? Si nous avons ça en même temps pour le faire, on fait mon côté parce que pas rien qu'à s'enfermer, c'est enfermer moi. Bah un côté pour nous dormir avec Timounio. Si qu'on aime sauter dehors, c'est dans la ria.
C'est combien de Timoun gagne?
On aime gagner 8 Timoun. On gagne 7 petites. Est-ce que vous bien comprendre? Si qu'on est assis par exemple, on est allé dans la ria, c'est dans la ria moi pour aller Timounio. Ma même tante m'bagay pour me dire me mettre son ça m'a prendre mettre à terre pour me coucher. M'bagay bé tout ça me gain en bas de pour tout craser ça voler.
There's no space in the metropolitan area to put people. The government has set up a few camps outside the city and encouraged people to move out, and they did move out. But when they go out there, there's nothing there. There's no work, there's no jobs, there's no transport. So they're coming back to the camps.
You're approaching government at a high level to assist with it. And their first response is that you can't build on somebody's land that is owned by another person. You have to have their permission. And if the government's really going to be involved in this, and they need to help come up with some kind of legal framework that can be used and implemented on a broad scale. Otherwise, it's going to be a piece-by-piece battle all the way. Shelter is definitely the main activity of the Canadian Red Cross in Haiti, and our initial goal was to build 7,500 shelters in Léogâne and Jacmel.
There has been very little progress. You know, we had several meetings during last week. One meeting we were not invited to, nobody actually was invited to, but the presidential level was very unhappy about the presence of the international community. There's really very little progress. So Jacmel, Léogâne, all the hubs are better off just doing it with mayors.
So in that area next to this wall is where we are going to start construction. So next week we'll, with heavy plans, we are going to level that area and clean it up. On this strip, up to the blue tents in the back, we can fit 4 clusters of 8 shelters.
How many people in terms of number of people?
It will be around 150 people. So it will be the families who live here. It was very exciting in March. We drank a good bottle of wine after we got the agreement with the mayors, and then there was this excitement, and we were thinking we're going to start constructing on this site in April. But then you see lots of things get more complicated, so it's like a roller coaster.
The reason it's called Annexe Marie, it's a piece of land that the mayor of that municipality, which is called Cite Soleil, has. We now, throughout the process of that project, have come across 3 mayors who claim to be the mayor. This is just the way it is in Haiti, and this is just the environment we must navigate.
The biggest problem is contact with the mayors. That can be, you're not hearing from them during 2 weeks, while the other day they told you that they were so excited about your project.
We have, for example, 3 mayors telling us yes, but at the same time, to actually get a paper that says yes is difficult, and when we get it, it's not always quite clear exactly what we want. But we have to move ahead.
Accès sont trop compliqués. Trying to find a name out of 3,000 names.
J'ai demandé aux bénéficiaires de nous présenter la copie du titre de son propriété pour pouvoir entamer, lui faire signer des papiers pour pouvoir commencer à préparer le terrain la semaine prochaine pour lui construire l'abri.
What we should do is verify the extent of the property. I can see right now that there's space for a shelter here, but there's a tree in the way, and possibly we could fit a shelter in this area depending on the boundary.
The land on which we are is
appartient à 9
it's owned
personnes.
by 9 people.
Oh.
But they were not living in the same house. They were living on the land.
On this particular
land, on this spot,
9 people in this house,
No,
or
not in the
because
house.
there's another house there. I think this is part of the same property, right?
Appartient à madame.
This house is owned by this woman.
Okay.
Normalement, c'est 9 frères et sœurs.
9 brothers and sisters.
Et chaque personne a sa propre propriété sur le terrain.
Okay, each one has its own property on this land. Each brother and sister.
Okay. Well, that's still not clear how 9 people can share this land if they're brothers and sisters, but...
Donc, vous dites que les 9 personnes vont partager ce terrain.
Voilà. Of this small plot, okay. What I'm doing now is just schematizing, not to scale necessarily, but just to understand the construct of this site. And we've learned that there are 5 families here, and we need to confirm that these 5 families were living here before the earthquake and that they haven't moved in after. There's nowhere to build the way it is now, so we have to demolish. The house that we're standing beside right here is clearly completely destroyed and unrepairable, so I automatically would assign that for demolition. This one is destroyed 100%. This house is 50 to 70% destroyed. Land title is crucial to confirm right at the front before you do anything. And if you just go and build without knowing that they have secure claim to land there, either by rental or ownership, then you're increasing their vulnerability. The owner may let us build there so there's a house on her or his property, and then they could evict the family. There's always the pressure in the emergency and recovery phase to get it down. And some agencies are going that way, and they are and will be experiencing problems.
J'achète le châssis, c'est-à-dire, mais qui est tout nu. C'est moi qui mets tout ça, hein? Les bordures, les tôles, tout le reste, c'est moi. Ce camion-là va me servir pour que j'en ai toujours l'espoir. Je vais le faire travailler, ok? Pour que je sois livré. Mais le camion va me permettre de gagner quelques monnaies lorsque je ne trouve pas le travail. Porter les gens de ici à une autre ville, ok? Faire bon, disons, faire le trafic. C'est tout notre espoir.
Voter cristallin, c'est voter changement. Comme ça, voter cristallin, c'est voter changement. Voter cristallin, c'est voter changement. Attention.
Maintenant, je vais visiter M. Michel Matéli, qui est actuellement notre futur président. Parce qu'il a posé sa candidature en espérant alors qu'il réussisse. Je connais M. Michel Matéli à partir du travail que j'allais faire dans sa maison pour son fils. Eh bien, je vais lui expliquer, après que j'achète le camion, est-ce qu'il pourra m'aider, que j'allais le travailler avec le camion. C'est ce que je vais lui proposer. J'espère qu'il m'aidera. C'est ça que je veux, OK? De faire le trafic.
Boss Marcel came here to my house one day to fix my son's motorcycle. And then he asked for his money. So I came to the window and said, you come back some other day and get the money. I'm busy now. And, you know, he was like, no problem. And I was amazed. I told him, wait for me, I'm coming down. And I came down and I asked him, you were so easy with that money thing. What happened? He's like, well, I know you. You're a great man. You told me to come back tomorrow, so I would come back tomorrow. And I told him, you are a great man.
Camion maestro. Oui, transport, exactement. Mon marchandise. Oui, bon, place où est en fait, oui, mais ça, bon, m'a boudé ressources là. Pas même peinture, bah, pourquoi moi t'es pour banc, fin bien disdi, peinture.
Vous faites calcul pour boire, qu'est-ce que vous conduisez vous-même?
Bon, normalement, moi, je conduis à faire.
Ben, on conduit la place de l'eau.
C'est ça, moi, là. Et moi, je fais tout le ça moi-même.
Vous faites vous faites quoi avec ça? Avec ça, ça pour bon deuxième.
Oui, et puis moi-même, je vais travailler avec vous dans le système campagne, autour, soit besoin de service, moi. Vrai. Profiter de ça, tout.
If someone like this was surrounded by a structure, he would be a huge businessman in the country. But unfortunately, because he's from the class that they call probably the poor, he doesn't have the same opportunities as other people. But I believe he has, matter of fact, better qualities than many more people that you would qualify as being it, you know? This is Marcel and Mickey.
Monsieur le Président. Yes.
I would like to be the one by whom things happen. A leader who would inspire his people. Because we need to work on our people. We are the problem. We are the state. And yet, there's no money to get the people out of the tents, but there is enough money to change every minister's car. You need to make sure people understand that by paying tax, they might be able to get the service that the state owes them. I don't have water at my house. And you're talking about Mickey living a comfortable life. I have to buy water. We don't live as a community. We don't care about brotherhood, neighborhood. We don't care about patriotism. We have no concept of whatsoever. I think we need to change that.
On est des poupées du petit monde, pas jamais fin crier, on va comprendre. Des poupées du petit monde, laisse-moi perdre des familles. L'eau pas jamais fin chercher dans les yeux.
Tout ça là, c'est l'argent pour faire, pas de quoi pour nous faire, on comprend.
Travailler à camp. Chaque jour nous-mêmes nous faisons un peu, nous sommes capables de nous faire, nous ne sommes pas capables de nous camper. C'est nous qui portons remplir de mettre dehors. Messieurs, chaque monde fait un coup. Mais quand il y a un courage, je viens faiblir, je ne suis pas capable encore. Je vais progresser. Ou faire les bons. Il y a une progression. Qu'est-ce que ça pour progresser? On ne peut pas progresser comme ça. Pour progresser, il faut gagner nous-mêmes. Avant d'être même d'avoir le tué, je ne vais pas cacher.
brothers just hired some people. The workers came with the woods, with the decks, hammers, iron sheet, and they just started making the fence. All the people that was living at this side of the camp have been obliged to go. I say that they have been forced because there was no discussion. Imagine yourself, you are living in a house, and you see the owner of the house came with hammers, with his worker, and he just closed the doors, close the windows, and take your thing, put it out. What are you going to do? Now, the people that are living over here have not the right to come here. They only have to stay where they are. The situation is very difficult for the water now. Since March, all the trucks with the water are not coming. So we still continue to use the water of the brother inside. The people in the camp just stay here and watch when the brother is not here. They just over the fence, they get down, just feel them, but if the brother saw them, he's very upset, he's very hungry, and sometimes he catch some buckets to keep them sometimes. The brothers need the place, so they asked the aide to don't come. One of them said in my face, "Sorry, Lucan, when NGOs came here with food, the people are going to stay here forever. We cannot accept them here forever." That's why we got the fence.
Last time I came here with you, there were just like 12 shelters built.
Right.
I'm seeing a whole lot more now, but I'm also seeing water here.
Right.
And I remember that you said you had cordoned off a part of the area because it was flood prone and that we weren't going to be building there.
Right.
But there's water here.
There's water here. Every time it rains, there will always be water sitting in. But after a few hours, after a few days, the water will move off. As you'll see in the background, we have the radio mast antenna. Mostly they put these radio masts in areas which are swampy. And that's why in most towns, swampy areas will not have any housing. But because of the emergency, that's why they finally opened up this swamp for construction of houses.
But that can't be too nice to know that you're going to be moving into a house and then there'll be water every time it rains. What are they saying?
The residents are fairly happy because they've noted that we are raising the houses more than half a meter from the ground. So they are very well protected from the water. Here's an example of a field one. At least you can see the height of the flow compared to the water level. This is the team I was saying, that the team of the old men.
Right.
I'm very impressed with their work, and they've been able to do 2 shelters in the time that the other teams have been doing 1 shelter.
Okay. Comme ça, je me souviens des noms et le visage. Ok, très bien. Wow, c'est très sérieux ça. Bon, ça vous va? Oui?
Oh, ça va, ça va.
Il est beau le monsieur.
Oui, oui, ça va.
Il est pas mal, hein?
Oui, ça va.
The progress is really slow. There are some very frustrating moments because you wish things could go faster, because you go into the camps and you see all these people living in tents and tarpaulins that are tattered and worn, and you think, okay, it's 7 months on, and your heart goes out to these people. But you also know that the reality of the situation is that there's rubble everywhere. It's going to take a hell of a long time to move that rubble. And until the rubble is moved, there just isn't land to build houses. And so it's complex, it's complicated, and it's overwhelming. But the work goes on, and yeah, I have my reasons for being here. I've left a life behind in Trinidad, and this is my new life now.
Bonjour madame, ça va?
Comment y est nos témoins? Comment y est?
Ah, bien, bien. Êtes-vous? Et ton maison sont complètes? She loves you. She has a new shelter, and she was standing. I have a photo of her standing in a shelter. It's very sad and not knowing when we first arrived, and she kissed me then too. I got lots of kisses from her.
I think they're mixing concrete.
Oh.
Yeah, that's what you wanted to see? Concrete,
I want to see the mix.
See
What can I say? Those rocks are going in the concrete. And there you see it. There's the rocks. We just have a bit of a problem with the rocks in the concrete. We can't be putting these rocks in our concrete. This is the maximum size of stone you should have in concrete. Tell them to take that big rock out of there. Pardon.
Dans le futur, ces roches ne doivent pas être mises dans le béton. Elles sont trop grosses. Il faut les enlever.
I can't stand to see that. Take the rocks out. Maintenant, remove all the rocks. I don't want any work to go on. No more concrete's getting made with these big stones. Just stop. This is why Haiti collapsed in the earthquake, because they're big chunks of stone like this. And
They say they are conscious of that. It's because that's what's been delivered.
But if it's delivered and it's not the right material, you reject it and you send it back, right? We don't accept a bad material. We don't just take any crap.
No,
You're
just
the
refuse
eyes
it.
on all of this.
Okay, then I'll refuse it.
Your job.
It's easy for me.
We are taking a lot of time at the registration table. Some people are actually making copies of the card. I mean, they just make the photocopy of it. But if you look, you will see that it's not an original because it's not bright enough. If someone has already received the items and he try to come in the middle again, we'll see that this card has already been checked for receiving the items. They were trying to force inside the distribution area, and they even tried to steal some Asian kids to the people who were living.
Yo prends 4 points, yo prends 4 points rouges, yo prends yo la caille moi là, yo casse caille moi.
We often encounter those kind of situations. Like in every distribution you go, you always see people complaining about that thing. They say that some people just cut their tents because it's in plastic, that you can just cut them and get into the tent and steal their items. And most of the time they steal the cart.
Security is definitely becoming an issue here. It seems to be getting worse. Petty crimes on the rise, and there's a lot of lynchings that are starting to happen here in Haiti. For example, in Léogâne 3 days ago, a man was caught stealing bananas and was lynched by a mob. He was lynched and killed.
You can see those people is hungry. They're hungry. Is nobody care about them. Ça m'a besoin de 3 moun qui handicap qui acheté.
OK.
On a un petit package. Vous comprenez? Mais si mal campé pour m'aider là.
Bon, peuple a envahi ou carrément peuple a envahi ou pas capable.
I'm from New York. I'm born in Haiti. But I've been living in New York for a long time. My heart went to my people. Because they're my people. I cannot feed anybody for 1 month, but at least I can feed somebody for a week. So it make me feel good.
Mettez le chison côté que yon moun a le présenter pour lui, OK? Bon yon moun qui pour présenter pour tranquille. Bon yon moun cherchons moun, moi original vini pour le présenter pour maman. Pema Sirius. C'est qui est-ce qu'a présenté pour vous? She said, I have something, I want to give it. I said, okay. And she asked me to help her manage and coordinate the giving, the distribution. Monsieur a moun la kali qui handicapé, pourquoi on va pas présenter pour lui? Même monsieur comprend la vie, non. Ça fait 16 ans, 16, 17.
The agency, I don't think they even come in there. All those money, I don't know where they're going. Because I asked them, do anybody come in here? They said, no. I don't have any answer for it. But it's hard. It's hard for them. They don't have nothing.
I'm thinking about that, the owner of the place, maybe when the organization call them and tell them, we would like to come here and see how we can help. He says, no, you don't have to come. This is what I'm thinking about, personally. And it's very cool if he did that. Very cool.
Nous mettons en aller. On allait. 2 par 2, 2 par 2, 2 par 2.
She came with her own stuff and gave it. That's very good. May God bless her.
Akina, je ne connais pas parce que je connais le monde. Et pourtant, c'est un personnage qui était voisin, c'est lui-même qui prend Akina. Il était jeune, il est tombé sur lui pour nous. Il a fait tout, fait zone pour naïve avec elle. Mais elle dit qu'on demandait, il prend Akina. Il va aller dire, il prend une bête pour être demandé. Pour nous, il y a une cousine qui va tirer vieux bayonné. Qui ouais, Akina sous point lui, Akina connaît. Un petit monde 2 ans et demi, il parle 2 ans et demi, fait. Akina tombe crier derrière tout. Il était habitué avec elle. Il fini, il aurait la police, il était battu en pile, il est en prison. Il aurait la police, il battu en pile. On vit Akina en pile. Akina, mon bébé. Father, mother, my sister, my family.
Non.
Bah, penson dans l'hôpital avec, nous achetons médicaments, et puis nous achetons pommade, nous passons sous main, que veut dire, mais on guérit vite. Parce que nous prenons soin bien.
Malgré nous venir chercher lui, c'est comme ça tout, nous jouons toute partie ça, tout brûlé. Bon, yo te menem l'hôpital tout. Si m'de gen connaissance même moun sa tout, m'dap manqué tuer. Quand l'heure t'a fait me faire ça, m'bat de faire. Bon Dieu béni. Heureuse.
Non, je comprends que ça. Mais qu'est-ce qu'il y a bien pour lui?
Regardez maman. Regardez maman. Regardez maman. Allez maman. Mais.
You know, everyone's worried about, you know, the spectacular hurricane that hits. So they're all saying, you know, you got to make... Look, if we get hit with a Category 5, nothing's going to be standing. The biggest problem in Haiti is rain. Now that it's calmed down a bit, we're bringing our teams in here to train. It's just to keep a new crop of people in. We do them here because it's really a good spot, good learning to see the reality.
What would you look for in a camp like this to see if a household is real or not? Where are the children? Where's the toilets? Where's the cooking? Look inside the houses. Don't just count numbers. You're in a hurry. They're calling from New York. They're calling from London. Come on, where's the results from your EIU?
This guy, yeah, Peter's great. Peter's great. He's a great trainer. He's a great... Yeah, they're getting blasted, you know. Blast. No, it's really good to get the feeling and the smell, you know, and just see real people instead of a... It's like 1,000 classes can't do what they're going to do today in an hour. We're doing some, other NGOs are doing them. The good thing about the Red Cross is we're used to working in impossible situations. For us, this is our business. We work in difficult areas, and this is another difficult area. There's a lot of, every day something else can pop up, a demonstration, a new mayor, a new landowner. Every day there's challenges and we just keep at it. This is going to be a long, hard road.